What's up, guys? I came here from Safety Enterprise. I wanted to come on here today and talk to y'all about the questions you might get when you're advertising your cars online or wherever, They'll ask, what's the least you'll take? What's the best price? ¿Cuánto lo menos? El último precio. What's the least? What's the best? All that stuff. All those questions, you will always get them. There's no point in trying to fight that. You need to pad your prices. So, however much you pad your price, determines how easy your negotiation is going to be. So if you pad the price, $1,000 more, like, look, I have a guy right here. I wish I could show y'all. It says, what did he put? How much is the lowest you take for? Every day you're going to get these questions. You're going to get these questions every day. So you need to pad the price. Now, the problem with padding the price is you'll get less inquiries. You'll get less inquiries if you pad the price. But that's where your skill level comes in, right? So if you're padding the price like $1,000, you're not going to get many inquiries. You might get lucky and sell it for however much you're trying to sell it for, but it's highly unlikely, and it's going to take a lot longer than you would like it to take. So the lower you pad the price, the easier it will be to get somebody in the door if you know how to answer them, right? So when they ask you any of those questions, just tell them the price is negotiable in person. The price is negotiable in person only. Okay? What that does is it cuts out all the BS you have to deal with after giving them a price. Because what you're effectively doing is, let's say you have a car up for sale for $3,000, $2,995, right? And this person says, what's the last price? Okay, right then and there, you can go ahead and cut yourself off at the balls if you want to. And I've done it in the past. Say you really want like $2,500 for it, right? You have it up for $2,995. You really want $2,500 for it. So you say, I'll take $2,500. One, they're like, oh, well, why did you have a price so high anyway? And what's wrong with it? Then they'll be all skeptical and all this bullshit. So then they're like, okay, 25. They may never come. A lot of people don't even show up. So let's just say they do come and you told them $2,500. Okay, well, that's the baseline. That's where you're going, because you're going to have to negotiate in person either way. So there's no avoiding negotiating in person unless the car is perfect, right? So there are going to be imperfections, small imperfections that they won't be able to see on the phone. Like if there's some like scratches on the car, there might be a dent that they don't see. There might be some interior things going on, ripped seats, or maybe a light on the dash is on and they didn't know, or you just never really know. If it's a perfect car, by all means, go ahead and give them your lowest price and stand firm by that when they come, because it will get them in the door. If you tell them a lower price, it'll get them to come, because a lot of them will think that they'll be able to get an even lower price than what you're telling them. But a lot of them will honor that lower price that you negotiated about if the car is exactly how you described it. At least if it's not going to be perfect, but if it's exactly how you described it, okay, you might get away with it. But in most cases, they're going to want even more off. I've come across so many people, and the type of people that ask what's the least, and you give them a lease and they come, they're going to try to get even less. So, I mean, and ultimately it's up to you whether or not you sell it to them for whatever price. But don't cut yourself off at the balls too quickly. Okay? Don't, even if the profit that you want to make, that you feel comfortable making, don't jump to it too quickly. You know, don't cut yourself off too quickly. People have money, you know, money circulating throughout, you know, get your fair share. Okay? Get your fair share. Don't cut yourself off. Think about yourself. Right? I mean, I'm not out here trying to rip everyone off. I get fair, decent prices, and I make an alright amount. I don't make a crazy amount off of every car. You know, I strike gold sometimes. I'll make $1,500 on the car. I'll make $1,200 on the car, $1,400. There have been times that there has been a profit of like $1,800 on the car. I think my highest profit is probably around $1,800. So, you know, you just need to be able to, and I've been doing this for not even going on a year now. I got my dealer's license in October 17th is the day I got my dealer's license. And, you know, I started stocking up and started really learning. You know, I had been selling a little bit before that October, maybe like a couple months before, on another license. And I kind of got my feet wet, but it wasn't until I got my actual license, that was when, you know, shit started getting different. You know, it was just different. You know, you really, I guess when it's your own license, you really start to take it seriously and, you know, try to build an empire. And, you know, that's what I'm trying to do here. So, yeah. So basically, I just wanted to tell y'all, you know, don't cut yourself off at the balls. When they ask what the least price you'll take, what the best price is, tell them the price is negotiable in person, and negotiate in person. Go read some books. Getting to Yes is a great book on negotiation. Teaches you about, you know, positional bargaining versus some other type. I don't know. Go read it, and it's really good. It'll get your head in the game when it comes to it. Go make yourself a mind map about it, and you know, try to reiterate the principles in that book. Oh, it's principal negotiation versus positional negotiation, something like that. So, you know, let them know that the price is negotiable, and you'll be good, because they'll feel like they can get a lower price, so they will probably come. Now, just as a bonus, there are all those people that say, oh, well, look, I'm not going to BS you. I only have, sometimes they won't even tell you how much they have, right? They'll be like, look, I'm not going to BS you. I'm driving more than an hour to get to you, so I need to know the price right now. And I need to know this, and I need to know that, and I need to see more pictures, and I need this, that. Don't waste your time with those people, okay? If they're serious about buying the car, and that's the car they want, drive an hour, drive 2 hours. I've had people come from Louisiana, different cities in Louisiana, to come buy a car from here. If they really want the car, you know, they're going to come look at the car. Now, a lot of the time, if they're coming from Louisiana, I will give them a price, because it is kind of like, fuck, you know, you are driving 2 hours. I mean, but it depends on the car, you know. If it's a car that I know is, you know, perfect condition, most of my cars are perfect condition, like you can drive off the lot, no problem. But sometimes I will get a bad car, and I will sell it for cheap to like a mechanic or something like that. My aim is to sell it to a mechanic somebody that can fix it, because I don't want to fix it, or I don't have the money to fix it, or I just don't want to deal with the headache, you know. So I sometimes will put a bad car up there, and I'll be straightforward with that, you know. So we'll talk about that, you know, like putting cars with problems up for sale, cars with like major problems, like or it doesn't even have to be major. It could be, you know, a bunch of little minor problems that, you know, add up to be a bigger problem, you know. But yeah, we'll get into all that. But yeah, the main takeaway from this, guys, is just tell them the price is negotiable in person. If they're coming from a long ways away, give them a price. Try not to give them a price. You know, try to just tell them that it's negotiable. But don't accommodate too much for those people, because it's their choice to come out that far. You're not forcing them to come out there, you know, so you don't need to pay for their gas. You know, you don't need to you know, do a bunch of extra stuff for them, because it was their choice to come out. But sometimes you do, you know, if you feel like they're upstanding and, you know, they're very serious, and you'll be able to tell the people that are very serious, then yeah, give them a price. But otherwise, tell them in person, hone your skills and get that money. Okay? It's Akeem, Safety Enterprise. Catch y'all next time.